Let's check out quickly what's wanna come through. Uh, last thing I wanna do. Last thing, that's what Spirit wants to speak from me. Last thing which we collectively want to do. We're gonna be talking out of the universal field, the collective field, the collective consciousness, the state of collective consciousness at this very moment in the reality right now, in this moment. We don't want to fearmonger at all. That's the last thing. We don't need it because the state of collective consciousness is perpetual fear mongering. This is perpetually trying to affect our third eye. So it always information, so it can never open and can. This is for. Well, let's develop this topic. I'm just getting ahead of myself a little bit here. Well, I don't even have cards prepared, but I'm gonna grab them. When I say what it needs to be said here, it's almost like we always binding our lower chakras. This is definitely that. This is immobilizing people, disempowering people. Especially there's like a trying to install this unhealthy feminine energy within male people, gender wise male. Yeah, I'm gonna be using genders here. Okay. Yeah. So there is a lot of propaganda in the social media everywhere. There are highly sophisticated technologies right now. So we have AI videos which are being quite perfected, and there are various practices which people use in order to fearmonger. So we have, for example, usage of like a Xanax archetype or a wise older man as an image, as a AI bot who speaks things in order for informations to give impression of being more valuable or more true, or to this is like using psychological techniques, using the archetypes of collective consciousness in order to deliver messages to people. So this is war on the highest level. We are in a constant state of spiritual warfare, and warfare is about our consciousness. The consciousness is our attention, where we place our energy. And an important thing is always to put person in a state of fear, right? Put person in a state of sometimes even panic, indecision, and always in a state of hating one another. That's what it is. Always trying to present the content is rage baiting people into watching, into acting out of their own will. It's extreme war, and it's happening on every possible front. There are a bunch of people, an army somewhere, running around playing, inventing more and more and more exciting moments for humanity to look at, and also that I'm not minimizing here anything, but really where war really happens is in a collective consciousness field. And we powering it every day. Imagine the person who is the internet user, the common folk, common person, who is, let's say, around 60 years old. They now have, let's say, they just left their work, and they now have time to watch all those reels, all this internet, all this content. We can't distinguish between AI and real. Most of people can't. Most of older people can't. Let's be real. So yeah, this is something that Spirit wants to talk about here for sure. We have a lot of very difficult, turbulent numbers. So we have 944, we have 808, 911, 442, which is for me, well, not finished karmic patterns, but they are not within family. Not for many of us. It's not a personal journey we'll be talking about here. It's a collective consciousness, and what has to be released here. Again, a lot of troubles with solar plexus chakra, a lot of troubles with crown chakra. Those two chakras are specifically under attack. Something about, well, having no place for yourself in reality. This lotus flower closing its leaves. Every time you leave the house, you have to close your heart chakra, because otherwise you're gonna be devoured. You're gonna be abused in some sort of way. You're gonna be placed into in those paradoxes which are impossible to reconcile. From a moral, intellectual, like, you will have to take every perspective into account while talking with someone. And really, so it's a lot of energy of try to stay away from this also social horror. Don't let yourself be reached by into commenting or giving energy to whatever's happening in the world right now. Okay, let's see what's gonna happen. 888 is slightly important as well. And it's not a time to, it's time definitely to develop your, let's say, craft, develop your skills, you can even put your energy in a passion and in education. Confronting the spiritual knowledge you carry with a reality, with science. It's gonna be necessary, because if you are truly the one who is going to elevate this world, right? To heal people's consciousness, to stop people from suffering, stop people from suffering on earth, like, but not in a way that is like illusory, not in a way that is well, almost like well, not platonic in a way of idealism. It's not a utopia, right? It's not a utopia, so it is pragmatic actually, so it's actually gonna work, so it's actually very verifiable. For someone here, you will have to confront your knowledge with whatever is being considered valid in society you live in. So that's the heavy test. So we have a luminous warrior. I knew that I'm reading for someone like that. So you are the one who has the chance to improve this world. Okay, let's see what was happening. I'm lately not doing much tarot reading, because I'm myself going through very heavy, like, I don't know how to call them, even activations. Well, 734 is very, very important number here too. Those activations, my whole body is basically shaking with energy, and it's not a kundalini motion. It's because that is already like, how to explain that? Well, it's the collective energy which requires transmutation. I just made a little research and see what spiritual people are saying about this phenomena, which is happening just particularly right now. A lot of people tend to think that they are really taking on their own arms, like a portion of spiritual warfare, which is happening for people, for a collective. They tend to be tarot readers who are building around themselves some sort of collective of people, like, let's say that community like Jesus Christ or something. They call others cross watchers, etc. Which I'm not having anything against. I just think that the role of a guide, or of a tarot reader specifically, is to present a set of informations in a way which is definitely be able to be questioned, be able to be also falsified, be able to be taken by someone who listens to any way they are meant to understand it, without creating unnecessary fear, and also to lift up and explain something in a more universal manner, for sure. Especially if these are relationship related reading, especially if this is some sort of traumatic patterns related reading. They're meant to help, right? To process informations which otherwise won't be able to be processed in places like psychologists or psychiatrists, or of course it's not instead. There has to be, so this is the thing. We know tarot reader is not healer. High priestess is not a healer either, but who I'm reading for right now is a healer. So we have a corn. There is definitely, you are, it's so much spiritual knowledge within you that it just leaks out, that it grows. Everything. It's almost like if there is a parallel reality, parallel timeline in which you already live the life you want to live. Your skills have been already put into practice. There has to be, it's very important, put your things in practice. Almost I'm talking to someone who already seen a future, not in a way you are imagining that you have multiple visions of it. It's more so, it's something about like, I'm seeing like the dust, some sort of dust is leaking out of the black hole or some sort of void. And this very process is almost like giving people impression of this being a simulation, this being a matrix, but it's actually not. It's just this cyclical nature of reality is created by the fact that something can escape and can repeat a cycle. Like there is a mechanics, there is a scientific reasoning within physics to how this reality works. So basically quantum physics and knowledge about black holes are key topics to explore in order to converge this knowledge about reality. It can't be done purely from symbolic lens, of course. It may be enough for someone's mind here, because you may not need to be like, only to understand the deep reasoning behind people's traumas, deep mechanism behind also quantum healing, that's what I'm hearing. So how to develop within human body ability to heal anything without any external means. That's the topic here. That's for the future healers here. That's how you're gonna contribute to a reducing amount of suffering happening on Earth right now. But there are opposing opinions, and also this is like why we have so many cripples in our world right now. Oh, you may say because it's so much technology right now that we're rescuing everybody, so we don't let kids which not meant to be born. Like, I don't know, I'm hearing weird. It's almost like it's all discombobulated. It's almost like the Dharma itself is being hijacked. Karma, Dharma, someone's destiny path is being able to be much more altered than those systems, those belief systems are accounting for. That's why someone needs to explore the modern science, to verify, to never be stuck in any religious outlook without necessary evidence. It doesn't have to be huge, but there is this energy coming forth. Just because you're gonna be someone who supposed to be a people person, supposed to be accepted within society, supposed to be able to explain people how they work and what they do, what they are doing with their body actually, not with some anecdotal evidence, with actual scientific evidence. For someone here, not medical studies, it's something else. It's something else. Okay, we have a fly in here. 9/11 means there is extremist amount of energies to be transmuted right now for the betterment of the collective. For all those who are earth keepers, you may be earth keepers, you may be gatekeepers. Gatekeepers, what kind of energy wants to enter the astral realm, the space-time equilibrium, the equilibrium where everything sprouts from there, but also like the time there is not halted exactly. It's not that it's halted, it just works different. It works according to personal will. It can stop, it can start. This universe is being controlled by people's minds, and that's what is being constantly hijacked. Like, that's the essence of this reading. But there are people who you meant to know better, what you are actually doing for this humanity as some sort of luminous warrior, as some sort of person who has a kind of bigger task here. And this task may start to be less illusory, may start to be more clear and grounded. You may actually know what's happening. Not always fighting some sort of abstract spiritual war, actually knowing like what your presence doing, how your electromagnetic field is working and interacting with others. Who are you? Where you come from? What kind of soul you have? Okay. What are you protecting? Are you protecting Mother Earth itself? There's something about Schumann resonance and resonance of the Earth, the sun, solar flares. How those two, there is a mathematics behind it. How are they interacting with each other? What kind of frequency they form, and how it affects human body? Because this is where exactly the shifts are happening. When there is an increase in Schumann resonance, I may just go ahead and figure it out myself too. This is just clues. Here we have completion and tree of life. Some sort of major cycle have been completed for this luminous warrior who is also a seer. The balance too. Some sort of larger structure have been restored, and it's not only you. It's as a collective of people. I'm seeing this realm where people's souls are. Those people are what you would consider to be people who elevated to their consciousness to the level where they can guard and protect this reality from what's known to be an enemy or evil or chaos agents or people who are false prophets, false lights, people who are creating those timelines which are colliding with the main timeline, which are causing those distractions. I had a night of visions, and some of them are personalized. They're just like my past life retrievals. But some of it is not for me. And what's not for me was, I had you have to hide in synagogue. That's where they won't find you. And I'm seeing someone entering on a boat and going to particularly city Victoria. And there was a lot of happening. Someone has a job to do out there. That might be here for someone. What else was there? There was a lot of Egyptian energy. There was a lot of relics. Particular magical symbols and tools which were being used by here we talk about secret societies and how they are doing those things. There are also counter secret societies, people who are undoing what they're doing. There is interesting thing that there was shown to me how, for example, there was this thing like from years and years that were like, for example, Nazis and Russians, they were searching for secrets of magic within India. In Hindus mountains, they were trying to figure out what those cities, people who are having those magical superpowers, what are they doing, how they are achieving it. But then they focused only on Tantra and like a magical rituals related to particularly sacral center and root chakra, those which were bringing immediate results, which were bringing immediate manifestations. They were especially sex rituals involving blood, semen, etc. Those nasty things, right? Because they are not done. If something like this is not done out of love, close the doors. It's over. Tantra is a vast topic, and this thing which we know in our Western culture related to sexual activity is just like marginal thing, completely marginal thing, but people seems to pay the most attention to it, and I'm being flooded right now with bunch of images from like a testimony, Christian testimony, where the character Lilith appears, and all of that is being projected onto her. So that's interesting here, association. Those energies are real, but they are also man-made, created. Archetypes are also created by human consciousness. They also are created in a higher levels of manifestation. They are very much real. As long as people are worshipping them, they real. They are there. They are being. They are constructs which exist. We brought them to existence. It's also another paradox. You see, as long as you believe in something, it's real. There is a thing like that happening. They meant to be guides. They are guides. They are higher self. They are parts of higher self. So somebody's seeing all of this, and somebody is trying to make sense out of something. No, but it's trying to be prevented. The lower chakra manipulation here, trying to be prevented by a bunch of star seeds or a bunch of chosen people. I don't know. I don't know how to call it. These are just real human beings who decided to elevate their consciousness through struggle, through hardships, through pain, through sacrifices. We have Time Master here. Something about time travel is here. Something about on the side of those who want reality to be a particular way. Creating illusion, ultimate illusion, where no one suffers but everyone is enslaved. I'm seeing someone, and this is this luminous warrior. People may consider your behavior to be disruptive. People may consider your behavior to be troublesome, but you need to move through reality in a certain way in which it's trying to dismantle any stagnant energy. So I don't know what you're doing in life. You are just like driving around and causing things to be. It might be on a personal level for someone, advice as well. Anything which you know it's a habit in your life, anything which is stagnant in your life, you have to quickly dismantle it. Just do something else, do something opposing. If you see you keep repeating, drinking the same coffee, eating the same meal, just change it. Just change it for matcha, change it for, I don't know, caffeine pill, whatever. I'm just giving examples for someone how this works. Or perhaps stop drinking coffee all along and just find guarana or something. Or just, I don't know, do vigorous yoga instead. Something. This is just one example of one thing. Maybe if you tend to read the same magazine or a book, tend to engage in the same content on YouTube, you have to create this shake up everywhere, every little cell in your body, every little thing in your world has to be not stagnant. It has to be full of motion, full of movement. Because this is definitely a time which huge changes are happening. This is also something which will be entering in May, the late May, when I think Gemini enters, Uranus enters Gemini. This is a preparation right now here, even in April. This is just 11-12 right now. So something is still off. Something is still off. You may be actually seeing like a 1 minute after synchronicity 445, 332 or 334, etc. You may be 1 minute off. This is symbolic in the situation because something else bigger has to be done. The same 442 is here very significant. Something more has to be done, and this is, see, this will be hard to explain to someone here. This is luminous warrior energy. You're not doing it for yourself. There is no know yourself. Like, yourself, you already know who you are. You already know who you're working for. You already know what your mission here is. You are in an act. You are pursuing act of service. You may be seeing a lot of snakes, and they're not an enemy here. You may be seeing a lot of cats. You may be seeing a lot of crows as well. And white animals, white versions of them are very, very important. We may see both. Yin and yang equilibrium is very important here too. And this is this acts of this shakeups and disruption to anything you can find. And I'm not saying straight up like start provoking people into, but provoking people into thinking is a thing here. Not doing it from, like, I'm talking to someone who's really intelligent and sees through this. Sees through, this all comes together, how media is treating the user, how people are jumping on a bandwagon of fear-mongering, and tarot readers are the best at it. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm getting more and more informations that just because of how tarot is being held as a symbol, I should just completely change the form of videos, but I'm not even sure. So the hijacking of the Enlightenment, 808, preparing for this period in Leo season, might be just the one where I'm hearing very positive news. It seems like it's gonna be all doomsday, that they're gonna manifest something which is completely detrimental to people. It might be something really small. It might be that everyone after whatever here those luminous warriors are trying to dismantle, everyone can just breathe. Finally, the resonance or earth will be such as we can take a deep breaths and know we are safe. But there will be a lot of things are on a way of being prepared, especially when this Uranus enters Gemini. There will be informations. This will be news in online and in TV everywhere, that there is some sort of threat, some sort of radiation. Perhaps it might not be true. It might, I don't know. There's a lot of things really. It's just to keep people in a state of panic. There is no panic needed. Nothing wrong is happening. For most of people on Earth right now, nothing wrong is happening. For those who something wrong is happening, we just need to sit down and give away our senses for the sake of helping. I'm talking about meditation. Throw your senses into the dumpster for a bit and make an intention to heal, renew, and help for peace, for serenity, for bliss, for love, for unification, for a loved one, not for war. This is a middle world blooming again. The tree of knowledge growing again, but almost seems like ends of like Naruto and this infinite Tsukuyomi, and this tree actually being evil. But this is also a twisted reality in which like Ashura is the one who is divine and Deva is the one who is evil. So this is all switched, it's all changed. There is something about it. Something about both being valid. Something about both sides having... there's like, literally you have to make your own mind up. Everything which is available to you, everything you consider even good, everything which you consider safe, it might not be. Both. Something about the both and something about the middle path here. You have to learn to think for your own. You have to learn greater discernment. Vision Quest is now being blocked, and Holy Mountain is now being blocked. For who is it being blocked? The wind is not flying, okay? For who is it being blocked? Because this will be a collective of people for whom it is blocked. So this is even to step on a journey. Ancient ones are here. This is the first card in this deck. It's not that the ancient ones are trying to block something for someone. So not the ancestors. It's that the ancestors are being blocked from helping someone. The ancestors are being somehow... There is a hijack to connect to ancient energies, to connect to ancient people who lived here, who left resonance here, to ancient gods even. You cannot be in a state of fear. Fear is something which will never let you receive any information from the astral realm. And that's why they are being blocked through fear. If you are engaging, if you somehow happen to listen to my reading, and if you listening to some sort of tarot reader, or some sort of reels, or whatever, which causes you to feel fear in any way, shape, or form, it even doesn't matter. You may not feel fear in your sensory apparatus, which you are operating with on day-to-day basis, or whatever, ego, let's say, so something which is conscious for you. But for your inner child, which is located in your solar plexus chakra, and for your unconscious mind, it might be extremely fearful and traumatizing. So every day, on day-to-day basis, you will need to check it up with yourself. Every day you will have to have spiritual hygiene. It means you'll have to check your unconscious mind for all the newly formed patterns, all the seeds which may sprout into problems with your body, problems with your mind, problems with your chakras, or how the way you are connecting to this reality. So something like dopamine detox, something like moving away from all the things which not even evil things, which are fear mongering and fear invoking things, because some of things which should invoke fear in you so you can elevate, but those are things which are you consider to be difficult things for you to do, whatever it is. And there should be element of like this is called eustress, I think. So it's this stress which appears as the like with a little bit positive excitement within it, because it's the new thing you're trying to do. That's something advisable here. But it's just everything which is stagnant in your life. Here someone has to make it so they receive more and more prana. Simply, air element is so important here. Because it's this element is being suppressed in people. Throat chakras are being suppressed. As I'm saying that, I already feel some unpleasant sensations here. Yeah, so that's basically a message here. Here we have Earth Child. As I say, somebody is being connected back to being this Earth Child, child of the Earth. Truly, you will know that you've been here multiple times. You know that you already did a lot of good. You will not. Your attention is so important. And I'm talking to someone who's not only have a great presence here on Earth, great task here, great mission to help reduce suffering. I'm not going to say end suffering forever. No, it's not that. You're just going to be able to contribute to freeing people's minds specifically from self-limiting beliefs. And this is so important. This is the most important. People are undermining it. People placing value on material safety. They're running after money all their life. Where this is all also dysfunctional. This is how families are falling apart. This is, you see, this is, did a lot of good already. Everything here is important. The heart of the sky is in reverse and the Holy Council is here. Because flow is in reverse. So this is about state of collective consciousness right now. Everyone closes their heart center towards each other. Like I said, every time you're leaving home, you have to like close the petals of this lotus. Imagining heart as being this lotus, I guess. Flower. All of them have to be closed. Everyone have to be almost hyper vigilant. Always searching for this potential danger. And this is what is being created within people. Even if you are the one who is not listening to these reels, even you are the one who is not listening to the news, even if you are the one who is avoiding and selecting and actually has a huge, doesn't take things personally and has great amount of the detachment. Anyway, if you're gonna go and interact with someone who does that, you're already picking up on the energy. Because if you do all those things, you're probably also empathetic. That's why I'm saying this is a paradox to reconcile. But I'm seeing somebody being successful, and hopefully this is very hard. This is very hard to do, and I admire everyone who is on this level. Okay, let's see. The upper world is in the reverse and also stand still. Stand still, and there is a sorcerer here. Okay, is it positive sorcerer? Of course not. Never is. Sorcerer who is a hunter as well. Sorcerer, but wait, what the sorcerer wants to do? This is like what they want to hide about themselves. They are actually hunter. They want to disrupt the soul retrieval of people on Earth, right? They want to make it so it's impossible. But this is like, also there's a timing, and it's a perfect moment right now after we're shedding the layers of years, not only years, thousands of years of this victim mentality, that we have to be the one who are fearing something which is shown to us. This all propaganda, this all brainwashing, right? But yet again, people even more and more falling into these traps. And this results in they having problems with their health, problems with their self-esteem, problems with how they're showing up in the world. The more intelligent someone is even worse. Like also hearing here. So the situation is clear. Okay, one more deck I'm hearing. Okay, so which one it is? This one. Okay. What else is supposed to be here? Said. The advice is to treat everyone as they are your brother and sister. Treat everyone as someone you genuinely care about future of. But not in a creepy, weird way. Not even a reflection of you, because you know that's unrealistic. You can't just talk with everybody like they are a reflection of you, because everyone is on a different level of consciousness. Doesn't matter if it's higher or lower. That doesn't matter. What matters is that information is being correctly received. There's a lot of mental equilibristic here for someone. This is the other layer. This is a high heart. How can you be still yourself and have all this and still be relatable in a collective level, in a collective sense? So that's why someone I'm reading for here is not yet a leader. You do not yet know how to be a good leader for everyone. Because simply you do not have ability to be relatable to all of people. So you do possess a sacred wisdom from above. You have access to other realms. You do have access to knowledge. You can understand it and express it. So good crown chakra, but not good solar plexus. Although I'm getting both are getting upgrades now. Both, you may have a headaches and stomach issues or something. We have you are not ready. You are not ready to be what? See, there's a wisdom, there's intuition, they both upright, but the leadership and ready is not. You are not ready to correctly show your intuition to the collective of people. I don't know, something about, I'm hearing Jesus Christ here. You may actually encounter Jesus Christ, be hugged by Jesus Christ, there's something like that, but I'm not sure how to, because there's something like, well, he also was misunderstood. His intuition and way of living was absolutely misunderstood. So here there is a little bit of, see, because he couldn't relate to actually everyone. It was a revolutionary, not a leader. But here the spirit is pushing someone into direction of actually, while being in highest integrity, try to do something more than our Ascendance Master did. What if you could actually reconcile all those paradoxes, science and religious, spiritual beliefs, not in the way of Gaia, which everyone looks down on, right? Something actually 444 here. Between intuition and wisdom, that's a hard reading. I think it's not going to be speaking the truth. This is what it is about. It's about how to say the truth. So it does actually sit with everyone. I don't know. Not many people were able to do that. There was always sacrifice. There's always sacrifice. This high intuition you have, this high wisdom, high level of wisdom you have, will have to be sacrificed in order to speak to those who do not possess that gift. Okay, and yeah, there is a delay to someone's journey. I don't know. I think the people who guiding you, and I mean gods also, and powerful figures. They really, and I don't know. There's a crystal vision. You see it all clearly. Like, what's the problem here? Shaman is in reverse and Tunin is in reverse. Child, I think it's an inner child still. Carries some sort of wound. What is this wound? The world is in reverse. Somebody is not being able, and I'm not getting, this will be very specific for someone, and I'm gonna end it with it. You're gonna have to do the rest of it yourself. It's not that your crown chakra is very good condition. You can connect it to the world, but the crown chakra of your inner child, that's more complex. Like, you need to return back to solar plexus, return to a very specific aspect of solar plexus. Also, like, inner child has more dimension. It's not just that it is there. It has a lot of dimensionality. It combines all the chakras really, but it kind of sits in the center, and it's not in the heart center. It's like in the middle of a person. Just right behind ego, I'm hearing. Ego is here and the inner child is within it. And it all connects to how all body works, how all the spectrum works, all aura works. And this inner child, you don't have projection on the level of ego to connect to the world, but the inner child has extreme level to connect to anything. It's still very traumatized. It's out of tune. That's what's holding your spiritual journey. So this is a very detailed aspect of yourself, which has to be constantly being revisited. Has to be special attention. I don't know. You just may as well just print yourself a poster of it and say, the crown chakra of my inner child is a problem.